Hello, everybody. Here's the founding of the United States in the book of Daniel, all right? Just to give you a heads up. The United States will play a part in the book of Revelations, so to speak. I want you to pay attention to this. Daniel chapter 7, all right? It's the founding of the United States. So, I don't know how many of you remember way back in the early years of 1600s. UK sent some brave men on a Mayflower to colonize the United States for a feast of Thanksgiving. Of course, history was edited. Now, we're going to go to the book of Daniel, chapter 7. In the first year of Belshazzar, the king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream of visions of his head upon his bed. He wrote the dream and told us some of the matters. All right, this is the founding of the United States. Are you ready for this? Daniel spake and said, he saw in a vision, okay, now, behold, the four winds of heaven strove upon the great sea, which is the Atlantic Ocean, the great sea. Four beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. Four of them. So the first one was a lion. So you know what the official head of the lion is? You say Great Britain or UK, you are right. The eagle's wings were plucked off the lion and made a stand, and the heart of a man was given into it. Don't the word U.S. mean anything? Don't it mean anything? That was the founding of the United States, so to speak. The United States had what's called an American Revolution. And guess what Bible was used to set up a republic? The Geneva Bible. You didn't know that, did you? Not the King James Bible, but the Geneva Bible. So, I just wanted to put that on the video, all right? Anyways, number 4, verses 4. First one's like a lion that had eagle's wings. I beheld the wings therefore were plucked. It was lifted up from the earth, made to stand up on the feet as a man with a man's heart given into it. U.S. It's a nation that was born. 13 colonies. Remember the 13 colonies? All right. Behold, another beast, second like a bear, raised up on its one side, had 3 ribs in the mouth, and between its teeth of it, and devour much flesh. That one there is, you ever heard of the great bear of the East? That was Russia. All right? That was Russia. Russia is known as the great bear in the East. Okay? After this, I beheld another like a leopard. Upon the back of it had 4 wings of a fowl. The beast also had 4 heads, and dominion was given unto it. So that one there has to be Germany. You ever heard of Blitzkrieg in German? Means lightning speed. So, in the night, the fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, strong exceedingly, had great iron teeth and devoured breaking pieces. That one is called the Roman Empire. The Romans used iron to defend themselves, and after the Western Roman Empire fell due to finances, the papacy continued. That's a little horn that's described in the Bible that speaketh abominations. Did you know that? So, Germania is the one with the leopard. Take note about this, okay? And stamped the residue with the feet all over it, diverse from all the other beasts were therefore it had 10 horns. So just want you to know that this was pointing to the Holy Roman Empire. At one time there were 10 nations in there. All right. I considered a horn, behold, a little horn, which first of the 3 horns plucked out by the roots. Behold, this horns of the eyes and the eyes of a man speaking great things. That is the papacy, the Pope in the papacy, the Vatican. That was the diverse beast right there. Until 1929, Mussolini made Vatican a state with a treaty. In 1929. And that very beast was wounded in 1798 when one of the French kings took the Pope captive. That wound was inflicted, so to speak. I hope you're learning some stuff on this. And remember, and back in World War II, Germania, aka Germany, received the blame to repay back nations unfairly and unjust. Now, of course, the players behind the scenes manipulated the currency to where the currency was worthless, and people didn't even want the money. They just threw it out in the streets, and it just floated around. And at that time, the leopard's money was a douche mark. You know, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but you kind of get the idea. And anyways, so I'm glad I read you the book of Daniel chapter 7. This is the portrait of the parts of the book of Revelation that come to pass. It may have come to pass right now, but actually, you know, God is holding everything together before hell breaks loose. When hell breaks loose, everybody's going to wish they had a church that was strong enough to stand up against the evil. And most of the time, the churches have all given away to the pleasures of the world, tickling the ears, and everything you can name it. And the book of 7 talks about the end of days, my friend. And about the 4th beast coming up from the sea in Daniel chapter 7:23. And that one there is talking about the Vatican. The Vatican owns stocks in utility companies, manufacturing facilities, you name it. And remember, the King James Bible was written in the UK by the order of King James. I don't know how many of you know this, but he hired over 15 people to translate the scrolls into the most common book for every man, woman, and child to read, to understand the historical perspectives of what is, what came, and what is to come. All right? So, the 10 horns of the kingdom, or 10 kings, that shall arise. Another shall arise after them. He shall be diverse from the first, and he subdued 3 kings. That one there is talking about the, most people were talking about in the 1997 or early 90s. They were talking about these independent countries uniting as one state. All right. They called it the EU, the European Union. They merged the money into euros. Better think about this, folks. I'm giving you all the answers to the Daniel chapter 7, verse, in the 20s. He shall speak great words against the Most High. He shall wear out the saints in the Most High. This is pointing to the Pope, the papacy. And think to change times and laws, giving into hands to time and time, the dividing of time. So, what does that mean? This didn't happen till Pope Gregory, one of the popes named Pope Gregory, came to the throne in the Vatican and made a Gregorian calendar. The calendar went through several changes. The Creator's calendar never changed. The Sabbath on the Saturday, it was the 8th, 15th, and so on a Saturday. Pope Gregory, one of the popes in the Vatican, changed the calendar with the pagan names and pagan days of the week and declared Sunday a day of worship. This is where many people don't even realize they took the mark of the beast. Right there. Sunday is not the day to worship the Lord. Actually, it's Saturday, according to the Creator's calendar. Then you modify the years. Actually, this year is supposed to be year 6,000, so to speak. He modified it to year whatever he wanted. And this is what's called, think of changing the date and the times and the laws. And he influenced other nation states, like states in the Union, to pass a law forbidding people from buying alcohol on a Sunday. And some places follow this tradition. They call it the Blue Law. But judgment shall sit and take away his dominion to consume and destroy it even to the end. Somebody else is going to rise up against the papacy and destroy the city, destroy the papacy, and etc., so to speak, and so forth. 727, kingdom and dominion and greatness of the great kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given unto the people of the saints of the Most High. That means everything will be restored back to the way it was before man changed the law, changed the time, changed everything from the seat of the seven mountains, which many people don't know it, but it's called Rome. Get it? So, anyways, a stone made without hands, landing on the earth and rising up, and the King of the King and Lord of Lords will sit and restore everything that was altered by mankind. It's promised in the book of Daniel 7:27. Kingdom and dominion of the great kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given unto people of the saints of the Most High, and kingdom is everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. So you remember this current kingdom we have, the prince of the world, Satan, or the devil, who influences people and to steal and kill and destroy, which we know as the prosecutor of the state. Accuser of the brethren day and night. Wow, that's very powerful there. Here to the ends of the most matter for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me in my openness. So let's see now, what about these beasts that we're talking about right here? And anyways, so I'm glad I covered some of the topics here, and I just wanted to put these delicious details out for everybody to grab. Remember, 7 verse, um, you know, 20. Very important to take a look at. And now, what does the United States play into this end times Bible prophecy? All right. John the Revelator wrote this. He wrote this. And as I told you, beware. Let nobody deceive you. All right? Now, Revelation 13:1. John the Revelator, he wrote this. Just symbolic. He wrote this piece on chapter 13 of Revelation. So, now this one here is pointed to the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church. Chapter 13 points to that talks about the Catholic Church, my friends. Number 13, and I stood up on the sea, and the beast rises up to the sea, having 7 heads and 10 kingdoms. 10 horns. 10 horns. All right? And upon his head the name of blasphemy. That's the papacy. All right? Did you know that Italy was divided into 10 kingdoms before it became a country? 10 kingdoms. It was known as Kingdom of Odoacer, one of the barbarians who took the last crown of Augustulus, the last king of the Roman Empire, without bloodshed. It was Kingdom of Odoacer. 10 kingdoms. And upon his head was the name of blasphemy. That was the Roman Catholic Church, the papacy, which is a continuation of the Western Roman Empire under the most holy person who used to be called Caesar, now called Pope. And, of course, the dragon gave him power and a seat and a great authority. So Satan actually influences the Pope to speak against everything that's good of God, even try to place himself above God. So this is actually going on right now. And they worship the dragon, gave power to the beast, which is the papacy. And worship the beast, who is like the beast and who is able to make war with him. Let me tell you how powerful papacy is. You speak against them, they send one of their own people to get rid of you quietly in the dark. They're known as the Jesuits. Did you know that? Some of this might offend you, people. But get ready. I'm not going to spare anybody's feelings. I'm not here to stroke ego and stuff like that. I'm here to tell you the truth. There was given him mouth speaking great things, and blasphemy power was given unto him to carry 42 months. 42 months. He opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, blasphemy his name and his tabernacle, him that dwell in heaven. This is the papacy. So I just want you to understand this. It was given to him to make war with the saints. Um, there was a group of people that broke away from the Roman Catholic Church and become Protestant. Those are the saints. They said, we're not worshiping the man on the throne. We're worshiping the true God. And they were persecuted for their faith. You ever remember the Inquisition? The Roman Catholic Church were persecuting the apostolics. That's what this verse is referring to, all right? And anyway, here's the biblical promise of Revelation 13:8. And all that dwell on on earth and worship him, whose name are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. If any man hasn't have an ear, let him hear. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This Bible is plain and clear as night. Here's the patience of the faith of the saints. I beheld another beast that cometh up out of the earth. How many of you remember when we had the first American Revolution in the 1700s and 70s? All right. 13 verse 11. And I beheld another beast come up from the earth. He had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So he was founded with the Geneva Bible, and it was called a republic without a king. You know, a kingdom without a king, a republic. That's the United States of America. Name me a year the United States was never involved in any conflicts. The United States was involved in every war you can think of. Make no mistake, CIA is known as Catholics in Action. The Roman Catholic Church has influence over nations around the globe. They even answered to the Pope in secret. That you did not know about. And he exercised all power from the first beast before him. So in other words, in this book of Revelation that we're talking about, 13 verse 12, he exercised all power of the first beast before him and caused the earth and them which dwell in and worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed, which is the Vatican or the papacy. He does great wonders, so he maketh fire come down from heaven up on the earth side of men, which is describing the military might. So who has the most nuclear arsenal in the world? United States does. They have more nukes. They have more missiles. They have more Stinger missiles, the most advanced nation in the world as far as military. He deceives them that dwell on earth by means of those miracles he had power to do so in the sight of the beast, saying, dwell on the earth. They should make an image of the beast, which has wounded by the sword and did live. So the Catholics built tabernacles and built a statue of Mother Mary for everybody to kneel down on the pew and worship the statue. Did you get that? That's the image of the beast. You're not worshiping God. You're worshiping the mother of God, so to speak. This is going to offend many people, and many people ain't going to like this. This is going to offend many. But I'd rather offend many to wake them up and smell the coffee while it's brewing than to slumber and be thrown into the lake of fire burning with brimstone and sulfur. All right? And he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast. That image of the beast should both speak and cause many not worship the beast should be killed. That's in the works right now. They're working on the AI technology and possibly some goggles to put on people's head to see the image of the beast, so to speak. and you can take his mark and buy and sell. But no, once you take that mark, you won't be saved. According to the word of God right here, you won't be saved. He causes all small, great, rich, poor, free, and bond to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. So what does that mark mean? Right hand means if you're right-handed, you give labor. You work for the beast. You do his will. That's the mark. You see what I'm saying? And the forehead, that mark means you have to forsake one God and serve another. So you serve that beast in the nation, all right, or the image of the nation. Say, who is like the nation? Who wants to make war with them? For example, the United States is the only superpower. There used to be two superpowers back in the 1990s. The Soviet Union and the United States. One was communist and one was capitalist. Did you get it? And that no man might buy or sell, save he had on the mark of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, the number of his name. Do you remember when you get married to your other half? The male and female getting married in the eyes of the church. You become one flesh under God's divine intervention. You make two children, or you make 2 or 3 children, whatever you make. You have to go to the state and register them in the vital statistics department to give them a number, probably a tax ID number, Social Security number. You have to give them a number so they can buy and sell. So, now here is wisdom. Let him here hath understanding count the number of the beast, for his number of a man, a number of 600, 666, known as 666. Every time a baby is born, that baby is given an identity by the state, clean slate, no history, criminal history, and all that, fresh start. It's up to the parents to rear the child up straight way where he or she they will never depart from the knowledge. And sometimes when parents grow up in a corrupt household, they produce corrupt children, and sometimes it takes therapy to straighten out corrupt children to make them go straight. Just give you a heads up on that. And anyways, and here are my predictions that Bible will come true. Now, in this book of Revelation, talks about God is going to be so angry with the United States following the papacy. All right? And I don't know what is going to happen with the United States in the book of Revelation. Anyways, I don't know if the United States is going to be invaded by occupying forces and their wicked ways corrected, because God has allowed Israel to be invaded by occupying forces to correct them. Did you know that? So, here, let's fast forward. going to go down to the verse right here. 14:7 said with a loud voice, "Fear God, give glory to him, for the hour of judgment is come. Worship him that made heaven and earth and sea and the fountains of water." There followed another angel said, "Babylon is fallen, great city." That was the papacy fell, all right? And number 9 talks about the third angel follows him, saying with a loud voice, "If any man who worship the beast or the image and receives a mark on his forehead and hand, the same shall drink the wrath of God with his poured without mixture until the cups of his indignation. His." That's talking about the USA in the future. "He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone." So this is talking about the collapse and fall of the United States in the future. Right here in the book of Revelation. God will take the United States and cast the nation into hell where they will be tormented day and night. I don't know if he's talking about the people or the leaders or the higher authority. I don't know who he's talking about, but I assure you, this is a judgment upon the United States and the papacy. And probably some other nations that represent the leopard, the lion, and the bear. Unfortunately, I don't know how many of y'all remember in 1991, when the Soviet Union fell, it became a Russian republic. And there have been proxy wars with Ukraine. Anyways, that's enough talk about that. And anyways, I just want to give you a heads up on the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation coming hand in hand. If you agree with this, give me a like button. If you disagree, just dislike it and then tell me why you disagree with this. But I'm just pointing out which nation the Bible is pointing to. So anyways, y'all take it easy and God bless.